Well, good morning. Good morning. It's me, KP, and I'm here in my studio, The Moon and the Maker. You know that it's home of rubber moon art stamps, art foamies, and lots of makeys. So let's see, where are we today? Oh my gosh, it's Sunday, right? Oh man, Sunday, September 6th. And here we are with our little calendar. I already changed the date, and we're well into the month now already. So I can't believe it. So good morning to Tracy. You're first here this morning, and Jack and Dana and Joanne and Libby and Heidi so far. Thank you for being here. This morning is kind of a little bit different than most other days, and that is only because Patreon Palooza is starting today. And as many of you know, I've been working with a few other artist friends sort of behind the scenes to bring a little bit of information and inspiration about Patreon. So whether you're, you know, a lover of the arts or a crafter or maker, whether you are a student wanting to learn more about different types of art. As you know, Patreon is a platform for all sorts of artists and makers and creators. So they have music and all, just every type of artist and creative on here. So if you have an interest, you can find somebody and become their patron, and it helps every maker and artist that is on this platform to, support themselves in their art. It's great. Patronage has been around for a long time, and so it's sort of a modern way to do it, and it is wonderful not only for the maker because you can grow, your art or whatever you're doing, and hopefully earn a little bit of income to keep you going along as you do it. So I hope that Patreon Palooza opens up a lot of new things for you, and that you take the opportunity to go and check out other artists on here. And of course, like I said, not even just visual artists, but maybe you'll find a musician or two, or a poet, or maybe you want to learn how to sew or play the ukulele. I don't know. But whatever you want to do, I'm sure there's something here for you. And so hopefully you love being a Moonie. So what, and I said that this was a little bit different this morning. I did open this up to the public so that some people who may come across my Patreon page or find me through Patreon Palooza can check out what I'm doing. This, as you know, is open at the $2 tier. I myself have 6 different tiers. I'm not going into this to explain all of Patreon to you, because I know most of you here already know. And we have a small Sunday group this morning anyway, but I figured I should just let anybody who may be joining in for the first time or just watching, kind of letting you know what I'm doing, what I'm all about here. So each morning, at the $2 tier, and that is called the new moon, right? I get them so confused. Everybody here is used to me, so maybe I should write them down. That might be a great idea. If Jan were here, she would probably yell at me. But anyway, so I opened up the gratitude and doodles to but this is my way of giving back and just sharing a little bit of what I have to offer to the world at the $2 level. I come here every single day, pretty much. Once in a while, I take a day off if somebody forces me. But I come here every day to give a gratitude and do a little doodle. And that's how I start out my day. And I know many of my friends, Moonies and patrons, join me here for this daily gratitude. And especially this year in 2020, it has been really amazing. At least I know I'm speaking for myself, but I am speaking for a few of you who have said the same thing and told me that, which I appreciate. So anyway, I just think that this is a little something that I can do to put goodness out in the world, and especially in our sort of fractured world right now. I think art and color and gratitude and friendship and just getting makey is super important. So that's what I do here every day. And like I said, I opened this one up for the general public just so you could kind of check out what I do, or at least a little bit of it. Okay. So as you can see here, this is my box of gratitudes that I've been doing every day this year so far. And this month in September, we're doing a little bit something different, and that is we are doing Mooney gratitude. So any patron who wants to join me and watch and join in um, our chats can come on here and tell me their gratitude, and I will doodle it for you. So as you can see, on September 1st, it was our friend Jana, and she was grateful for healthy food, abundance, and concentrated mindfulness. And so that was my doodle of Jana with all her gratitudes. Dana, I love you. Good morning. Well, I already said good morning to you, but good morning again. And on September 2nd, Heidi was grateful for Goose, her blue tick coonhound. I want to meet that dog. I keep calling her a she. She's going to get a complex. Well, it's all that purple you're dressing her in, Heidi. Him. See, I did it again. Mooney gratitude for September 3rd. Jan was grateful for her clean windows. And they're still clean this week. She said only once a month. So on September 4th, Puff was grateful for the fishbowl and all her Mooney friends. And yesterday was Jack and Dana, and they were grateful for each other. 28 years and counting. So today we have Tracy is up first. If you would like to tell me your gratitude, I would love it. So if not, you can pass it on to someone else. And if someone else does not want to do a gratitude, because I don't want to put anyone on the spot. So if you don't want to do a gratitude, just pass it off. And then if the next person doesn't want to do one, I'll just think up something real quick on the spot. I can always think of stuff. Well, while we're chatting, I will tell you that I found the coolest thing. Actually, I didn't. Mr. Moon found it. So we love to watch like relaxation videos at night, like kind of meditations or like I don't know. They're just like illustrations of and they're kind of illustrations. They're drawings or paintings of like little houses in the woods with like little fairy lights. It'll be usually dark or have the moon or clouds or stars, just different really nice dark illustrations. And then it's with really soft music. And I've been wanting some that are like fractals. And so Mr. Moon found one that is it's like looking through a prism kind of, or one of those, what are those called that you turn? A kaleidoscope. Oh my gosh. I can just sit there and watch it for like hours. And it has really soft music. It's just amazing. Yes, kaleidoscope. Oh, Tracy. Okay, here we go. Okay, so I'm going to need help from you all illustrating this one. September 6th. And I will just reiterate again, I am really liking this pen. For those of you who were here yesterday, we sort of did a little bit of pen comparisons, and I do really like this one. So keep an eye out for it if you think you'd like to try one. It's a Winsor & Newton, and it is called, well, it doesn't really say. It's just a Winsor & Newton fine liner. I always forget if your name has an E. Nope. Okay, so today Tracy is grateful for the loving support from her friends during difficult emotional times. She says, I feel so grateful and fortunate not to feel alone. Yes. Well, yes, Moonies are some, I think, of her support group. And then I know too that you have a few close friends that, live hopefully sort of nearby. Um, uh, and I'm glad that you have that. You know that. Yes, that's a good one. Okay, so Heidi says, imagine an illustration sort of like Jack and Dana's, except for Tracy in the middle and a bunch of Moonies piled on hugging her. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make. You have big shoulder pads on in this one, Tracy. Or maybe a mosh pit. Yeah, that's so funny. I was thinking mosh pit too, but that would be so hard. Surrounded by a heart of love. Yes. And I'm going to I'm going to just, this is what we're going to do here. We're going to, let's see. Hmm. I was going to make little like moon people, but I know, again, it's not all Moonies. Me too, Dana. You know what? This is the worst thing for me right now. Whenever I do see even like my kids and my grandkids, it's like I don't want to just run up and hug them right away. Like I want to, but I have to stop and think about it, And like it's terrible. I hate that so much. Like I don't want to have to think about hugging my kids or not, right? Yes, a heart of hearts, but I do want to put some other people around too, because showing that she's not alone and offering more hearts, I think. Okay, so we're just going to all be there surrounding her. So even though it might not be literal, everybody's not there surrounding you and standing next to you literally, Tracy. I hope that you feel it spiritually anyway. And it says, "You are loved." And so Tracy is grateful for, I have to go back, love and support. All right, there you are. Tracy's in the middle. She should have, we'll put a TK. Now, it will look a little better once I splash it with some color. That's just the way it works. So as you know, I'm working on 90-pound watercolor paper. It's hot press Fabriano, and I'm just tear mine into little sort of ATC size cards. I do my doodle straight on the paper without penciling in or anything, because that's what this is all about. It's really just about the connection, about taking a few moments no matter what to be a little bit creative, to spend some time in the studio, spend some time together. It's a great way to start your day, of course, thinking about what you're grateful for. And if you're going to make other, art throughout the day, it definitely is a way to sort of get warmed up and start your day with a smile. And like I was saying, my doodles are not meant to, do anything but just sort of capture the moment. And this has been really a challenge for me, especially, doing other people's, especially stuff like emotional support. I'm like, oh gosh, how am I going to illustrate that? But you know what? We manage a few of my doodles. I admit, I look at them and I'm like, oh, I really want to redo it. But I really think that not doing that has been great, because again, it just captures that little moment, not trying to make a greeting card, Oh, Heidi, that makes me so happy. And me too. Really, it's resets your mind. It does something. And again, I know that I've mentioned this multiple times throughout these days, is that I don't want to seem like, oh, it just makes everything perfect and life, is just rainbows and unicorns all the time. I mean, of course, that's not the case. Of course, we still have stuff to deal with in our daily life, but it really, it makes things feel better. Like I'm a little bit more able to deal with stuff that happens, just because a lot of this sort of good juju, I guess, is spills over into the rest of my day. For anybody, I do want to mention also, just in case, because I know that a lot of people will watch this later. They won't necessarily be here on the live stream, but I would like to just mention that we do a lot of different types of makeys or different types of art in this group. I would say that it's probably different from a lot of artist pages, because I do have Rubber Moon and Art Foamy. So we do a lot of incorporating of, stamping and mixed media, and, besides things like this and watercolor, collage, I mean, you name it, like all sorts of craft projects, right? Don't you feel like it's a really pretty big variety? Oh, Heidi, you tell him he cannot talk mean to you anymore. Moonies will get him. No being mean to Heidi. That's just unacceptable. I know I'm putting on my little outline right now. I don't know why. Usually it's the last thing I do, but that's just what was calling to me. And that's what I do. I just kind of go with the flow. And there you have it for today, my friends. Moony gratitude for today, September 6th, 2020. Tracy is grateful for love and support from her friends. And we're grateful for you every single day. I think, let's see, hold on one second. I'm going to stop and I'm going to read I'll leave that there for now. I'm going to read some of the comments and, uh, you have a unicorn farm? Oh my gosh. Me too. And one day I hope we do actually really get to meet Joanne. That is one of my dreams. And I don't know how many of you know that I was like actually planning a Mooney retreat when COVID started. So yeah. Yes, Dana. Dana says, all of our feelings are so close to the surface these days. I'm very empathetic always, but I've been super sensitive lately. So mean words hurt a lot more. Yeah, it really, um, Dana, you guys are so funny. Anyway, I just want you all seriously to feel, especially here, really loved and supported and connected. Even if it, again, is only for a few minutes in the morning, that will really carry on throughout your whole day. And I hope that nobody is ever mean to any of us, but when they are, let's just turn it around on them and just, still show gratitude and show them extra love, okay? Because that'll really killing them with kindness, right? So, okay, we're going to go straight in really quick. I'm going to do a very quick My CAD challenge today. And I'm just going to go straight to it, okay? Because again, it's Sunday, and I know you all have things that you want to probably do. I know I have a load of stuff to get done here. We have Patreon Palooza, which is super exciting. So I got to get over to the event page and start sharing some stuff. And oh my gosh. Anyway, so as many of you know, we are doing a index card a day challenge, and we're calling it the My Cart Challenge. And today is September 6th. It's for the love of children. And here is my little challenge card. As many of you know, I have been working on blue file folder type index cards. I've just been cutting them into approximately 3x5. And so this one has a couple of little tabs on it, and that's okay. Again, I wanted to do sort of a quickie, just, because it's the weekend and, you know, Don't want to keep you here all day being makey. We do have a really packed schedule this month. Anyway, I just inked up one of my Joan Hallmark Art Foamy hearts. I used a little bit of Moonlight Duo Bright Sky Blue, and I'm just going to stamp it right on my index card. I am taking off tomorrow. Yes, I am. I am taking off tomorrow 100%. Okay. So I am not going to be live. I'm going to be posting, like sharing stuff from Patreon Palooza, but I'm not going to do a live, and I'm not going to do my card. I mean, I'll probably do a card, but I'll do it later. Whatever. I'm not going to, I may post it, but I'm not going to do it live. Okay. Thank you for asking. Mr. Moon is actually the one who said, he's like, yes, you are. We're going to take the day off. And actually, I think we might go look for a dresser. I know we don't really want to shop around, but I don't know. Might look online and maybe try to go pick one up or something. We are desperate for a dresser. So anyway, all right, I have this stamped in my Moonlight Duo ink. I am going to take a little bit, just a tiny bit of white gesso, and I'm going to, well, that's a little bit more than I wanted, but that's okay. I am going to smush that white gesso around. I'm going to get some of it off here. And that's not a good brush. So let me get a little bit bigger of a brush. So Heidi, I know that's what Maxie said too. Maxie said you have to start taking off one day a week. So I might start taking off Sundays soon after September. But I have to be honest, like I don't like taking days off because I always feel like there's nothing I'd rather do. But then I always think, well, I should take some days off because probably everybody will get sick of me. I don't know. I do know that it's sometimes nice to just not have to even come in the studio, but most of the time when I don't, I always think, oh gosh, I wish I was in the studio right now. But yes, the time is coming for me to do that. I never really meant for it to be every day, but I don't know. It just happened and I love it. So all right, so I have my white gesso sort of smeared around on there. I'm going to hit it with the blow dryer just real quick. Normally I wouldn't have to do that, but since I'm demoing, I'm just going to and then I took this Joni Hallmark rubber moon stamp, which is one of my favorites. I love this stamp a lot. So cute. And I am going to use my India ink pad. And I don't know how many of you I've told this to, but I generally like to take the ink pad to the stamp whenever possible, because you get a much more even coverage if you do it this way. If you take the stamp to the pad and you're pushing this way, a lot of people have a tendency to mash it and it gets ink all down in there. If you do this, you get a much more even coverage. Oh, Dana, yes, tell me. I'm sorry, I missed it. What's the serious question? Yes, this stamp is darling. Look how cute. Oh, I just love it so much. But me and Joni Hallmark, I will literally gush over her stuff. All right, so I'm going to take this stamp again, okay? And I am going to spray a little tiny bit of water on there. Okay, a little mist of water. And I'm going to take my water-soluble crayons. Oh, okay. So hold on one second and I will answer your question. You're talking about my blues in my palette right here? Dana, it's Jack says, Dana and I are curious about all the blues in your color palette. There seems to be 2 full rows of blues. Are they higher use or considered in the blue family? They're not solid blues. These really right here. Well, this one's cobalt. It just got shoved in there after the fact, but like really these right here are really the only blues, okay? Because these are teals. This one's a iridescent color, and these are mostly purples. Dana, you missed it? I would swear you already had the stamp. Well, anyway, okay, so I'm going to mist this with a little bit of water again, since I was talking too much. And can you see that little bit of sheen on there at all? No? Well, it's just moistened with a little bit of water. I think you can see it a tiny bit when I do that. And then I'm going to take whatever color. I want green, okay? Greens just on those leaves a little bit and maybe across the X's and O's. Now, a lot of it's not going to show up, okay? So I'm only coloring in this inner part of the stamp, the leaves and the little dots, okay? And I did make a mask on a Post-it note. I stamped the little ring around the rosies. I stamped it on a Post-it note and cut it out, and I'm going to put it here. Okay, and then I'm going to over stamp again, and pretty easy with these stamps to over stamp. And even if it's not perfectly perfect, it's okay. But see, the nice thing is I'm getting a little bit of that color back in there. I'm getting a little bit of this stamp put back in over the top of my dancing ring around the rose ears. Okay, so now, and this is really cool too. I wanted to show you this. I stamped this on a piece of scratch paper, the leftover, okay, just stamped it and cut it out because I wanted another mask, okay? So I'm going to hold another mask over the top of that. I'm going to take another rubber moon stamp, which this is called Happy Thoughts Text, or yeah, Happy Thoughts words or something, I can't remember, but it's one of my favorites and I love it. And I'm going to ink it up also, and I did of course get a little squish right here with a dirty thumb. But that's okay. Anyway, it's going to pretty much cover. So anyway, just lightly tapping my Indie ink pad again, and then I'm just going to stamp this on here, hopefully right side up. Lots of times I don't test it and then I stamp it upside down, so I did good. All right, and then remove this mask, but look how cute. Look how cute these are. So I could definitely use these again in another piece. Maybe I will use it on the day that is going to be hearts and love. So make sure you save your little masks like this, because even if you don't want to use it as like a piece of art or a background, you can use this piece again for another mask if you want to. But I really think that I could, definitely sponge a little color or do something on here and use it again as a background, or another piece of a card. So I wanted to mention that to you. Anyway, so of course now my my index card is pretty much done, except for a little bit of coloring in. So again, you can take your water soluble crayons, smush a little color down, and here I just used a little bit of yellow up in the background. Okay, and you can, as you know, those are water soluble crayons, so you could go in and just give a little wet brush treatment here. Okay, if you want to just squish it around a tiny bit. And of course, that will also kind of spill over onto that outline and give it a little bit of nice color too. Okay, and then however you want to paint in or color in, I actually sort of just cheated a little bit. Such a fine little image. I just took a couple markers. I was trying to work kind of quickly, so I just took a couple of my just regular Flair Paper Mate markers and went in and colored in. But of course, at this point, as long as your gesso is good and dry, you can use a little bit of acrylic paint. You could use a little bit of marker, colored pencil, whatever you have handy. Okay, and like I said, I just chose that option just because it was kind of quick. Okay, and there you have it. So again, today the theme was for the love of children, and that's this image I couldn't I couldn't really get it out of my head. I just every time I see it, I think of, I don't know, just it's such a joyful image, and it definitely makes you think of kids having fun, and Lord knows we want to see that again. All right. Thank you so much for joining me for another day of gratitude, and also for our My Cart challenge. I hope you have a wonderful Sunday. I hope that you get a lot of benefit this week from Patreon Palooza. Please visit Donna Downey, Elizabeth St. Hilaire, Mindy Lacefield, and Gwen Seymour for their offerings. Everybody's doing stuff at different times, so I hope you find all the links and go around and give them a shout out. Tell them that KP sent ya. I love you all to the moon and back. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to stop just for a second to read the comments really quick and see if I have any other questions. And just to tell you that you know the deal. Stay safe, stay sane, and stay makey. And I'll see you tomorrow morning. Oh, no, not tomorrow morning. I'll see you Tuesday. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll talk to you soon. Mwah. Love you to the moon and back. Bye.